First Corinthians 14, verse 40. Let all things be done decently and in order. I want to start by giving all the praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai Ba'ashem, Rachak. Double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And this is just going to be a little exhortation. And I've covered this before. I don't know how long ago it was, but I remember actually addressing it. But it's geared towards you proselytes, you new brothers in the faith. You just came across the great millstone videos. You learning from the different videos, different brothers making lessons, breakdowns, going into different topics. And most brothers, they go live. They do their lessons. And they um, they have the open chat where you can list they'll put your little comments or your little precepts in the live chat. But what I still notice from some of the newcomers that appear on the comment board, there still be a little idle chatter going on in the comment boards. Sometimes it'll be unrelated to the topic at hand. People just saying whatever on the comment board and not actually adding to the lesson. This is not what this thing is about, and this is not how we conduct ourselves, especially if you're a newcomer and you're coming to learn. You have no room for idle chatter. Your thing is, for that moment, is to build your understanding. All right. You either should be listening and not even, posting anything, or if you've been, diligently listening and watching and growing in the spirit, then you should be putting scriptures, precepts down, adding to the lesson. All right. Our comment boards, when brothers go live, it shouldn't look like a Sonnetter live chat. It shouldn't look like a vocab Malone live chat. It should be mainly precepts and brothers sharing information in regards to the topic at hand. If it's relevant to the topic of the lesson, that's what you should be posting if you're going to post anything. But even with that, that's got to be done decently and in order. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometime, we might give little comments here and there. We might say something in jest, laugh out loud. We might joke around here and there, but that's limited. We're not that's not what we do for the most part. We're helping to build. All right, and the scriptures say, let me get this in First Corinthians 14 and 26. And it says, how is it then, brethren, when you come together, every one of you have a psalm, have a doctrine, have a tongue, have a revelation, have an interpretation? Let all things be done unto edifying. And that's simply, what we're here to do. We're here to, build each other up, or build up our understanding, and also to build up our character, and also to build up our faith. You see? And that's why we do these exhortation videos, character development videos. We go into prophecy, because prophecy, that's also a form of edification. Are you understanding the times that we're coming into, and how you should be walking and conducting yourself in these last times? We knowing that we're in perilous times, man. We knowing that we're in the times where we gotta be circumspect, because the days are evil. So these lessons are getting more and more spiritual. The understanding is advancing, and that's what you're seeing with us in the last few weeks or so, probably even the last month. We've been bringing out all the doctrines with leaven in it, and we've been attacking each, point by point, bringing everything out, man. All the false doctrines, that brothers been pointing out from these other guys and these other groups. While we've been going back and forth and actually doing these lessons, this is when you should be the most attentive, making sure that you're taking notes, making sure you know what's going on, because these are very important things to know. So that's why you should be more attentive, meaning you're taking it in and receiving it rather than trying to add your little input, unless it's beneficial, unless it actually adds to the lesson. Now let me get that real quick in Apocrypha, because that should be the only reason why you're even posting. If you're gonna post anything, let's go to Sirach 21 real fast. Sirach 21 verse 15, and it says, if if a skillful man hear a wise word, right? And a skillful man is somebody who he's more exercised, with the understanding. His exercise, his discernment is built up. He knows some scriptures. He's been in for a while. He can go into the meat. He may not always deal with the meat, but he can go into it. But he still deals with the basic fundamentals of the scriptures, the milk. All right. If a skillful man hear a wise word, he will commend it and add unto it. Basically, you're going to build upon it. You're going to add to the lesson. Some brothers can, do videos responding to another video a brother did, or if a brother, went live and did it, you on a comment board and you add into it by posting the precepts. You helping that particular brother that's doing his lesson. And that's part of the works too. The Lord sees that as well. That's a labor. All right, that's basically what counts, man. Not just idle, just coming on the comment board and just commiserating and talking about nothing. All right. And also when you come on, and I'm talking about you newcomers, have respect for the brothers uh comment board anyway. Have some respect. When a brother's in the midst of teaching, or if he's going into a particular topic, don't come in there and try to quench the spirit by asking a question, an irrelevant question that has nothing to do with the lesson. Try to divert the lesson because you want understanding on something totally irrelevant, especially if it's not conducive to your salvation. Here it is, a brother talking about World War III, and you asking the brother, you know, um, you something totally irrelevant to it, man. You know, was King David Peter? Why are you asking about that when a brother's going into World War III? So you want to add to the lesson. It says, but as soon as one of no understanding heareth it, it displeaseth him, and he cast it behind his back. All right. So the only reason why you even speaking or adding unto the lesson is to build, to contribute to the brother's lessons. Because basically, when brothers are on live, that's pretty much like a live church. You're at a live gathering. Yeah, you may not be in the same building as the brothers, but the fact that you're there in the spirit, and you're listening virtually, you're at church. And what does the scripture say in Ecclesiastes 5? keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of the Lord, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools. Because we got to be in order. All right. You go to them other comment boards, it's just it's out of order. It's a bunch of idle chatter going on. You even got the women running their mouth, you know. And you already know what the scriptures say concerning the women in the churches. You come in there and you know, if you want to say shalom and give praises and salute, that's good. And after that, that's it. You just sit back and you listen to the lesson. But if you're a newcomer in the faith, and I'm talking about you men, you should really be, taking everything in. All right, and when you listening to elders, scriptures even say to use not many words in a multitude of elders, man. And if you are going to speak anything, let's go to Sirach 32. Sirach 32, verse 8, and it says, I'll start at verse 7. It says, Speak, young man, if there be need of thee, and yet scarcely when thou art twice asked. Let thy speech be short, comprehending much in few words, be as one that knoweth, and yet holdeth his tongue. Meaning, in other words, if you are gonna post something, get straight to the point. Don't be making long lengthy comments, especially if it ain't adding to the topic at hand. Don't give us no life story or none of that stuff, man, because it's irrelevant. Okay, and then also, even if you might know some scriptures, you don't have to always post them down. Sometimes you can use that same moment to actually take it in, let it digest. All right. And some brothers, they'll post scriptures that have nothing to do with what's going on. Brothers be so quick to just throw up any kind of scripture. Does this apply to what the brother's speaking, or do you just think that it fits, so you just gonna post it up and hope that the brother is gonna catch it and read it? You gotta be on point, man. It says, if thou be among great men, make not thyself equal with them, and when ancient men are in place, use not many words. That's just for the sake of order and manners, etiquette. At times, like when I watch the elder apostles go live, I'll be watching, and a lot of the times I don't even be posting. I'll post precepts, scriptures, to add to the lesson, but I don't do that every time. I most of the time I'm just sitting back and listening. All right, because like it tells you in let me go to Sirach, was it 6, or it might be the 8th chapter. You don't want to let certain things slide or pass behind you when you hear it. Let me see. Yep, Sirach 6 and 33 says, "If thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding, and if thou bow thine ear, thou shalt be wise." All right, because you're doing more listening than talking. All right, you're receiving input. It says, "Stand in the multitude of the elders, and cleave unto him that is wise. Be willing to hear every godly discourse, and let not the parables of understanding escape thee." And it can and it'll definitely escape you If you're doing more times, if you doing more output, you just posting stuff and you just chattering and talking on the comment board, you really probably not listening. You see, and then hey, the scriptures that you post determine if you are actually listening because they'll fit directly with what the elder or apostle is speaking on. They'll call your precept out because it's actually on point. That's how you know that your understanding is being built. You're growing. You're not just throwing any old precept up there because you want your comment to be noticed. All right. This is all for the edification of the church. All right. It says, and if thou seest a man of understanding, get thee betimes unto him, and let thy foot wear the steps of his door. Let me go to Sirach 20. Yeah, Sirach 20 and verse 5. It says, there is one that keepeth silence and is found wise, and another by much babbling becometh hateful. And that's why sometimes, brothers have to, use the moderators to kick certain people off the comment board because you're doing too much chattering, man. You know, and you're not contributing to the lesson. So if you get, if one of the moderators got to kick you off or time you out, then hey, maybe it's wise for you to just, fall back and just listen. Is that some man holdeth his tongue because he have not to answer, and some keepeth silence knowing his time. A wise man will hold his tongue till he see opportunity, but a babbler and a fool will regard no time. All right. So it's all about your decorum, man. We got to be, decently and in order, whether we out on the street or even when we're on the live chats. Okay. And it's just something that, it came back to me because I remember addressing this before. And, every once in a while when I do come on the comment boards, when I see when the brothers gotta, kick brothers off or time brothers out, because you're doing too much idle talking and not really adding to the lesson. And this is just in general. This ain't the single any particular brother out. This is just in general, man. Okay. Our live chats shouldn't look like Sa Netter's live chat or Vocab's live chat. You go to these other chats, they just just commiserating, conversating, women on there talking totally out of order, not posting those scriptures, few scriptures being posted. So, I'm just this is just a admonishment. Let me end off with this right here. Sirach 19 and verse 13, it says, admonish a friend, it may be he have not done it, and if he have done it, that he do it no more. All right. And that's pretty much the point. I just want to go into that, man. Let all things be done unto edifying. That's what we do. Okay. So, hopefully this was edifying. I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Into the next lesson. Shalom.